You might be thinking, who's this guy to give us a ranking on exercises telling us what's good and what's bad? Well, I've been personal training since 2010. I have a degree in exercise science, and on this channel I make new weekly fitness content, so if you're interested, feel free to check out some of my other videos, and if you want, feel free to subscribe. And our categories are going to be A through D. I'm not going to hand out an F for any of these exercises because if you're doing something, it's most likely better than nothing. Before we get into these rankings, I do have to say, these rankings will be slightly different depending on your goals and what exactly you're trying to accomplish. This is going to be for more of a general fitness individual, not a bodybuilder, not an extreme weight loss case, more of just your general health, your general fitness client. So let's jump right into these rankings. First movement we're going to look at here is a pull-up. It's a compound movement. It gets the back involved. It gets the biceps involved. It's definitely a good quality movement. I think it can be tough for some people that might be a little bit too heavy to do these, but I will say I can't put this at C because I feel like it deserves all the way up at a B. I'm going to put pull-ups at a B. All right. Second movement here, leg press. And if you guys disagree with any of these, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it from you guys. All right, leg press. I think leg press is a great glute quad developer. There's ways you can modify this, have different variations. Although I will say leg press tend to have quite a few injuries. So I cannot put this in the A. I feel like it's too good of an exercise to put in C. I'm gonna also rank this in B, and don't worry, I'm not gonna put everything in B. That would be pretty bad. Next exercise here is crunches. Now, I cannot rank this very high. I think there's so many better, more effective exercises for the abs. So I'm gonna rank this right at the bottom here as a D. The crunches are not an extremely effective exercise, not that you shouldn't ever do them, but people try to do them to lose weight or to really reduce body fat percentage. It's not the most effective exercise for that. You're better off hitting compound movements that incorporate bigger muscles. And I've made a few other videos about why you don't need direct ab training, although it can be beneficial in some cases. All right, besides the point, moving on, hip thrusts. Now, I know this is more of like a glute bridge, but this was the closest photo I could find for hip thrusts. This here, honestly, it's funny. There's so much hate that hip thrusts get sometimes. I have to rank this all the way up at A. It's great because it's good for individuals who have weak glutes. You're trying to assess weak glutes. You can do individual leg, you can do both together, you can do banded, so many variations. You can load it, you can go with just body weight. I have to rank this fairly high. Also with the EMG data for glute activation, it's a great movement. If you guys don't believe me, I'm gonna link in the description at the top a video I made all about hip thrusts, some of the data behind why it is so effective. Shoulder press, one of the best measurements of strength, ranking this all the way up in the A category. It's a great deltoid developer, a great compound movement, really a good measurement of strength. All right, now here the plank, the dreaded plank. Some people really hate this exercise. I mix this in a lot with my clients. It's a good finisher. It's a nice isometric contraction. Although I cannot rank it in the A category, I think this is a solid B exercise. And now we're looking at squats. Oh man, I gotta take this right to the top at the start here. Squats, I would argue that it's probably one of the best exercises for you. If I had a podium here for number 1, 2, and 3, this exercise would definitely make that podium for one of the 3 best exercises. You know what, you could probably argue shoulder press in that as well. But squats definitely up there. You get a lot of muscles involved. You get your abdomen involved as well, your rectus spinae, your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, not so much calves, but you do get those lower body muscles, and it's very taxing, so great for people trying to lose weight. And there's a lot of modifications. I guess in this image you do see someone doing a back squat. I guess I would just call this squats in general, not just back squats, so you can definitely modify this. All right, moving on. All right, donkey kicks or butt kicks here. This is trash. This is garbage. If you're doing this movement, you don't have to stop. It's a great warm-up exercise. It's something you can do to get those glutes ready to fire for heavier movements, but you don't experience much hypertrophy. You're not really building or developing those glutes very well with this exercise. Even if you're doing banded, you're probably still hitting upwards of 15 to 30 reps to hit failure. So it's not as effective as some people might make you think. You don't maximize tension until that end range of motion. And I've explained in other videos how that's not the most optimal way to build 1, strength, or 2, hypertrophy. So this is in the bottom category here. If you're looking for a glute exercise like that, hit these squats, hit these deadlifts that are down here, and right here, you know what, I'm gonna go to this one next. So this is our abductor adductor machine. You can flip these around usually both ways. I can't list this in the D category. I think it's very similar to this exercise here, but I have to put it in C. It's a little bit better because you can load it better. It's great for people that have hip injuries and stuff. It is definitely a good way to build glute medius and to work the adductors, which I will say, I think the adductor magnus, which is, I'll put on screen here so you guys can see what muscle that is. This is a muscle that's really hard to train. You do get it involved in other movements, but to directly isolate this muscle is a little bit more challenging. So I think this has some usefulness in this area. But I'm gonna put that in C. So that's our abductor adductor machine. All right, into some arms here. So now we're looking at tricep extension on a cable. I mean, I guess we could just categorize this as tricep extension. Now, I have biceps right here, bicep curls and tricep extension. I feel like I have to rank these together. So many people are obsessed with good looking arms. And I will say, like, if that's important to you, then these are important exercises. So I'm gonna have to put triceps in the B class. And like I said, I find it hard because if you're like a power lifter, triceps super important because a lot of those pressing movements use your tricep as a synergist or a helper muscle. For biceps here, I'm gonna have to put it in C. I'm gonna rank it just a category below. Biceps are obviously super active, any type of pulling motion, but I don't think quite as useful. I think people overdo biceps for just aesthetic purposes. So I'm gonna rank that in the C class. Bench press, hardly even need to debate this, going all the way up. I do think shoulder press might be a better measurement of strength, but bench press is always used as the main measurement of strength, right? People immediately, how much do you bench, bro? Yeah, I've got to throw that all the way up there. Next, lunges. Lunges are a really good exercise. I can't put them in the A class. I don't think I would ever rank them in the C class. I think I got to throw these in the B class. So lunges are a great movement. They build stability, a lot of different variations. You can do weighted, you can hold on to a bench or a wall, do assisted. They're good quad developer. They're good for glutes. You can mix in, like I said, instability stuff where you twist to the side, get your core mixed in. I think these are a good exercise. I'm gonna put that in the B class. And then here last we have deadlifts. Deadlifts, it's funny, there's a Joe Rogan podcast, and I actually don't watch Joe Rogan, but I'll see random highlights on YouTube and stuff. There's a gentleman that made the argument that you should never do deadlifts unless you're competing for deadlifts. And I know that he did redact that statement, but I really strongly would disagree with that. And I have clients of all ages. I have people in their 70s that I have do deadlifts. I don't have them do barbell deadlifts like this, but I'll have them do just like a light kettlebell. I think this is one of the best exercises because it does recruit so many different muscles. You get quads, hamstrings, glutes, erector spinae, abdomen, all the way up to the traps, is going all the way up to category A. All right, so there's our rankings. Let me know what you guys think here. So we ended up with hip thrust, shoulder press, squat, bench press, and deadlifts in category A, all compound movements. And then D class, we have crunches, not the most useful, and then donkey kicks, I would say are probably garbage or just a warm-up exercise. So there's my rankings. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree, and I'd love for you to hit that like button if you found this entertaining or enjoyable. Let me know what exercises I should do next time, and I'll make another one of these videos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. If you guys want more fitness content, right up here, one of these sides, there'll be a video. So click that, watch that, have fun.